Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to the full moon. What a beautiful full moon! It's holy, full moon of March, and I'm so happy to be here. Oh, Insta has decided to go in an update mode right now. You can see some people have joined on Instagram as well. Thank you for joining and very happy Holi to all of you. So in Bangalore, we celebrate Holi on the first weekend that comes up after Holi because Holi is not a holiday here. So we will be celebrating Holi tomorrow. That's why my face is all nice and clean today. No Holi today, tomorrow. Alright, so full moon in Virgo. It's a beautiful theme this month. The energies are asking us to see where and how does perfectionism show up in our lives and how do we feel about perfectionism. So that's a theme that you will be forced to explore this full moon. Brené Brown, one of my favorite authors, says perfectionism is a belief that if we do things perfectly or if we look perfect, then we will avoid the pain of judgment and of shame. So perfectionism is driven by an avoidance of that pain rather than a resolve to be better. It's not rooted in growth, rather it is rooted in a sense of seeking approval. That's her definition of perfectionism. But let's think about perfectionism. What does it mean to you? How do you look at it? I think it's an illusion, and it's an illusion that's fueled so strongly by media. You know, the picture of that perfect mom, we see them all around us, the Instagram stories, the Facebook feeds, the perfectly laid dining table, fantastic career professional, children always well turned out, and we all aspire for that. But I think in that sense of asking, wanting to be perfect, we lose sight of who we really are. The fact is that we are listening to this voice of this inner critic that's there inside us. And this inner critic, no, he's a bully. She is a bully. He's a tyrant. It's constantly criticizing you and telling you, you didn't do this well, you didn't do that well. Why didn't you do that? Instead of doing X, Y, Z, why did you not do A, B, C? Why are you not behaving like that? Why are you not coming out like that? All the time. It just undermines our confidence. It just completely takes away our sense of self-worth, self-esteem, and we listen to it all the time. So, I know a lot of you, while I'm talking about perfectionism, are thinking, but perfectionism is such a big motivator. You know, I want to be perfect, and so I do so well in my life. If I didn't have that motivation of perfectionism, then how would I would become lethargic. I would not want to do my best. I would have inertia. So isn't perfectionism a good thing? Isn't it a good driver? Isn't it a motivator? So here's a question for you. Where is this need for perfection coming from? Is it coming from a space of growth, of resolve, or is it coming from a fear of failure? Ask yourself this. Am I wanting to do this because I'm afraid to fail? We say this to our children all the time. पढ़ाई करो नहीं तो फेल हो जाओगे. Where is the motivation? The fear of failure. पढ़ाई करो नहीं तो किसी भी कॉलेज में एडमिशन नहीं मिलेगा. कॉलेज में एडमिशन नहीं मिलेगा, तुम्हारा करियर चौपट हो जाएगा. करियर चौपट हो जाएगा, खाने पीने के पैसे नहीं होंगे. Constantly that fear of failure is drummed into all of us. So, where is your sense of perfectionism coming from? So, this really interesting study was conducted by a college. They were running a program on neurosurgery. It was a very tough program, and a lot of students attended that program. A group of students succeeded, another group of students failed. So they decided to figure out what is it that makes one group of students succeed and another group of students fail. It's the same program, everybody's attending the same classes. So they gave them this really intensive questionnaire to answer. Two very important questions were, do you ever make mistakes? The other question was, what's the worst mistake you've ever made? Interestingly, the group that succeeded said, yes, I make mistakes. When I make mistakes, I know what I need to do better. The group that did not succeed said, I never make mistakes. Even if I make mistakes, it's because somebody else did something. So the blame for my lack of success is lying outside. And where is that coming from? Mistakes are considered a sign of our imperfection. If I make mistakes, it means I am not perfect. I want to do this perfectly. You say that, na, when you're doing something. But here's a different paradigm that I want to present to you today. Are mistakes and imperfection a bad thing or a good thing? When I am imperfect, when I make mistakes, that gives me space for improvement. Perfectionism is a straitjacket. There's no space for improvement. There's no space to grow. But with mistakes, I have a chance to grow and to be more. So is imperfection a good thing or is it a bad thing? So these are some of the themes we will explore in our meditation today. Stuff happens. John Kabat-Zinn, the teacher of mindfulness, calls it the full catastrophe of life. And in this full catastrophe of life, when we don't like the way things are going in our life, we go through shame, we go through guilt, we go through anger, we go through anxiety. So today's full moon is forcing us to look at some of these spaces, some of these labels that we have put on events, circumstances in our life, and our need for perfectionism. So that's what we are going to be doing today. Wabi Sabi is a concept of Japanese Buddhism, and it says life is imperfect, impermanent, and incomplete, and so beautiful. So let's explore this concept in our meditation today. Please settle down comfortably. And in this comfortable position of meditation, slowly close your eyes. Once you've found this position of meditation is when you are truly present to the now. Slowly bring your attention to your breath as it flows in and out. Just watching your breath. For a few seconds. Allowing all the stories of the day to slowly pass by as you stay in the present moment and in your breath. These thoughts, these stories, these feelings, they're all just clouds. They're just passing by through the blue skies of your consciousness. Right now, it is just you and your breath. In and out. Slowly allowing your body to go deeper and deeper into this space of relaxation, into this space of a relaxed awareness. Breathing in and out. And as your body, your mind, and your spirit settle deeply into this moment, I want you to bring your focus to your heart. This space in the center of your chest, where your heart chakra is, where your physical heart also is. The energetic center that holds the energy of compassion, of love, of kindness, of connection. The space that holds the inner truth of who you really are. Just tap into this space and watch the energy flowing through it, through your heart. Feels like a warm glow, this energy that's focused in your heart center. It's like a physical warmth that you feel when you bring your attention to it. Maybe you can feel a light there in your mind's eye. You're able to see this warm, glowing, pulsing light in the center of your chest, in your heart. Starts like a small fire, slowly flickering and then growing, illuminating your entire chest, your heart space. This warmth that you're feeling is the energy of love, of compassion, activated and ready to nourish you and fill you. It is yours, it belongs to you, and right now you're generating it for yourself. In this space of compassion, of love and grace, we take this exploration a little deeper. I want you to think about a recent or a past experience which holds a sense of shame or guilt for you. Something that you feel really bad about. Something that makes you feel very imperfect. Something that you still judge yourself for. You wish you hadn't done, or you wish you had done differently. The strong sense of self-judgment about this event. I want you to think about it without being anxious or afraid. There's enough beautiful, loving energy in your heart to hold space for this memory now. So I want you to go into this experience of shame, this experience of unworthiness. And I want you to ask yourself where it is coming from. What is causing this shame response? What is creating this feeling of unworthiness within you? Take a few seconds to think about it. What are the words you are saying to yourself in that experience? What are you stopping yourself from feeling? And what are you pushing yourself to feel? What is that inner critic saying to you right now? Is it berating you? And where are all these words coming from? Are they coming from someone else, or are they your words? And what are the triggers that are causing this sense of shame or unworthiness? Maybe the trigger is the look in the eyes of the other person. Or maybe the trigger is this sense of failure that you felt in this event. Maybe the trigger is that you felt that you let someone else down, did not live up to their expectations or your own expectations. I want you to spend a few minutes just exploring this space of words and feelings and where it is coming from. And now, in order to explore this feeling of unworthiness a little more, ask yourself, is it true? Very powerful question. Is it true? These words that I am saying to myself, is it true? This feeling that I have, is it true? Is the root of my shame? Is it true? The root of my unworthiness, the feeling of unworthiness, is it true? Can you know absolutely without a doubt? Is it true? Just inquire into this truth and allow it to surface, allow it to reveal itself to you. The answer is it's not true. You are worthy. You are divine. You are a spark of that same big fire. The truth is that whatever experiences create shame, create unworthiness, simply cannot be the truth. These two do not fit, shame and truth, unworthiness and truth. They don't fit together. There is a discord, there is a disconnect. When we experience shame or unworthiness, it is because there are parts of us that we have not accepted. And now, today, in the space of that loving heart that we started with, you've created the light of compassion and the light of self-acceptance, and you've just shone it like a floodlight on those areas. That's what I'm asking you to do now. As the light in your heart space shines brighter, send this light to those parts of yourself that you don't want to even think about. That shadow part of you. That part of you that feels making mistakes is a bad thing. That part of you that berates itself. Fill it with this warmth of kindness, of love. And fill this experience, this memory, with the light of love. the light of compassion. When we welcome our shadow, our light shines brighter. So say to yourself in your mind, I am worthy. I am worthy. It's a beautiful quote I read by Jackson Kiddard. He says, today I affirm that there is nothing in me but love. This love comes from a total acceptance of myself and the understanding that I am a perfectly imperfect human being. I will walk through today and allow myself to fully express my perfection. I let go of self-judgment and any projected judgments of others that I have chosen to believe. And I finally allow myself to just be what I truly am, infinite. As this is true for me, this is true for every sentient being who crosses my path. And I choose to welcome and accept everyone with the same radical acceptance. And I remind myself that we are all perfectly imperfect human beings doing the best that we can. And so it is. I want you to just allow these words to soak through you. This concept of being a perfectly imperfect human being. Just feel the ring of truth in these words and see how simple it is. And see your energy now, how it has shifted. And you have allowed yourself to think about being imperfectly perfect, perfectly imperfect. Both are true. And see this sense of lightness and joy that you feel in your body right now. I invite you to carry this sense of worthiness with you. And if and when a sense of unworthiness surfaces, when you pause, go back to your heart center, to that space of love and kindness, inquire into that experience. Ask yourself, is it true? And remind yourself of who you choose to be, of your divine perfection. And as you love and accept yourself in this bigger, wiser love, you will see that all fear, all aggression, all anxieties, they just drop away from your life. With this mindfulness, you have become the love that you have been seeking. And with this love, you have also returned to yourself. Being imperfect is a part of the whole human incarnation. But with this loving awareness, you can witness and hold your life with its successes and its failures in this sea of love. Who you are is not your flaws, is not your traumas, is not your fears. These are just outer human struggles that all of us go through. You are infinite. You are timeless. You are beautiful. You are a child of the Spirit, along with the 7 billion rest of us. This complicated human incarnation is such a beautiful space to be in. So, with this deep and loving acceptance in your heart, I want you to step out of the judge's court. I want you to say bye-bye to that inner critic. And I want you to be in a space of ease with your imperfection. This imperfection is a part of this great human dance. And don't sit this dance out. Just dance to glory. These are the thoughts I want you to carry with you as we slowly bring this meditation to a close. Today you have explored the theme of perfection and imperfection. And in the next 10-15 days, this will come up again and again because those are the energies. I want you to pause every time this theme comes up, not just in the next 15 days, but in your life. Pause and ask yourself whether it is true. And remember the beauty of who you really are. Embracing your imperfection, loving it. I want you to slowly bring your attention back to the room that you're sitting in, to your chair, to the sound of the fan, to your breath, and whenever you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Thank you for meditating with me today. I hope that this meditation stays with you. I know I'm reaching out right now and hugging the perfect you. Stay blessed and lots of love, always.